It's officially confirmed. Mercedes will be returning to the 24 Hours of Le Mans next year, thus entering the World Endurance Championship for an expansion into one of the most prestigious series out there. The German marque will be joining the LMGT3 class to compete for victory against other iconic car companies. So in this video, I'll break down everything that you need to know about this historic announcement, as Mercedes confirms their long-awaited return to the Circuit de la Sarthe. Mercedes will be returning to Le Mans for the first time in 26 years, and I don't think I need to explain much about their last trip to the 24-hour endurance race, as during the 1999 event, that was when the famous crashes happened with the ill-fated CLR, and after the biggest of them during the race involving Peter Dumbrick's number 5 car, Mercedes pulled out of the event and never came back. But the time of Mercedes being away from Le Mans is over, as recently the German brand confirmed that they would return in 2025. Now, to be clear, Mercedes will not compete for overall victory, nor in the hypercar class with an LMH or LMDH prototype. Although, according to recent rumors, they are considering entering hypercar one day. But I'll save that news story for a separate video. Mercedes will be joining the LMGT3 class, with the cars competing set to take on the second year of competition for the new category. For 2024, LMGT3 was introduced to replace the outgoing GTE classes, which had provided excellent racing within the WEC. And for just the first year, 9 manufacturers committed to the class. So in 2025, Mercedes will be joining fellow German brands Porsche and BMW, along with Ford, Ferrari, McLaren, Aston Martin, Chevrolet, and finally Lexus, who have all confirmed to compete in 2025 for GT supremacy across all 8 rounds of the championship next year. A highly experienced team has already been selected to begin a partnership with the Stuttgart-based company, and that team is the Iron Lynx, who will become a Mercedes customer team and run 2 cars full-time across the 2025 season. The Iron Lynx, which was founded in 2017, is an Italian team known for running Lamborghinis in endurance racing events, and the organization have been competing with Lamborghini in the WEC already in both hypercar and LMGT3. But this news of them partnering with Mercedes basically confirms that they won't be running the Hurricanes in the WEC anymore. Before this news came out, Lamborghini was already reported to be leaving the WEC following the 2024 season, with the Iron Dames expected to switch back to Porsche next year and the Iron Lynx switching to Mercedes. And now that the news is officially out, I would say that there is more than a 90% chance that Lamborghini will leave the WEC, with Mercedes effectively replacing them in the LMGT3 class. Mercedes will be making their debut in the WEC at the Qatar 1812 km at the Losail International Circuit in February of 2025. And while the team has been confirmed, we don't yet know the 6 drivers for the lineup of the GT cars. Although the Iron Lynx and Mercedes have so far confirmed that Italian racers Matteo Cressoni and team co-founder Claudio Schiavone will both pilot Mercedes cars in the WEC next year. As for the car that will be competing, the Iron Lynx will bring the Mercedes AMG GT3 into the championship, and this car is definitely qualified to represent the German brand. Having been introduced to the world in 2015, with an updated version coming in 2019, the AMG GT3, which is the racing variant of Mercedes GT car, will have the biggest sized engine on the grid in LMGT3, that being an AMG 6.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. The car has already been competing in iconic events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, the 12 Hours of Sebring, the 24 Hours of Spa, and the Bathurst 12 Hour, to name a few. And during all of those events, the AMG GT3 has either won overall or in class. Since it's competed at the events of Daytona and Sebring, this means the car has also raced in IMSA. It's been competing in the North American Championship since 2017, and Mercedes just had their most competitive season in 2024, winning the GT Daytona Drivers and Manufacturers Championships, with a record 5 in-class wins during the season. In a statement recently put out following the announcement, head of Mercedes AMG Motorsport Christoph Sagemüller highlighted that the German marque has been interested in making a return. His words are as follows: "It's no secret that we've been very keen for some time to bring the three-pointed star back to Le Mans. The 2025 season with the FIA WEC entry is the right moment. We are returning to the Sarth after 26 years. Our successful Mercedes AMG GT3 and the experienced Iron Lynx team is the right pairing, and we have set another milestone in our customer racing success story." Now, even though it's great to see Mercedes return to Le Mans, it's worth noting that the German manufacturer's time at the Circuit de la Sarthe hasn't gone exceptionally smoothly. As mentioned before, the 1999 event for Mercedes was a difficult race, to put it lightly, and before then, there was also the horrific crash at the 1955 event, which caused Mercedes to temporarily pull out of motorsport. And then, in 1991, to name another example, Mercedes most definitely had the quickest car, with the 3 Sauber Mercedes C11s entered, running first, second, and third at one point. But all the entries were eventually plagued by reliability issues, from gearbox problems to water pump drive belt issues, which forced the brand to concede victory to Mazda during the year. But it's important to remember that Mercedes' time at Le Mans wasn't all that bad, as over the years they did enjoy success. In 1952, Mercedes took overall victory at Le Mans, with a dominant 1-2 finish with a gap of over 10 laps, and more recently in 1989, Mercedes won the event again, with another double podium gifted to the brand because of the incredible Sauber Mercedes C9 machine, and this car definitely deserved the win. So ultimately, while it likely won't be for the overall win in 2025, hopefully Mercedes will be able to secure success once again at Le Mans by winning the event in class. So there's the news. Mercedes is making a historic comeback to the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2025, and they will compete in the WEC's LMGT3 class with the Italian Iron Lynx team. Are you excited to see the AMG GT3 join the field next year? And what do you think of Mercedes coming back to Le Mans? Well, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like sports car endurance racing, this might be the channel for you. I'm making content on the WEC, IMSA, and so on every single week. In fact, there are some videos out on your screen all about these topics. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.